Hey guys, my name is Milo, this is Lobian Games, and this is our first devlog. This devlog will focus more on the story of how the game was designed. If you'd like to see more technical details, you can jump on over to our Ko-fi page and become either a member or one-time contributor and read all about it there. I have been working on a video game for the past 9 months, and recently my girlfriend joined me to redesign some of the visual parts of the game. Here's what happened until now. After scrapping multiple projects and not really getting anywhere, I decided to create a simple game in around a 3-month period and release it for Steam and maybe Google Play. You can already see the math doesn't really line up, but we'll talk about that. Now I just had to decide what game to make. After a really way too short time spent thinking, I decided to make a zombie game. I am most familiar with top-down games, so I started there. I started by adding some player movement and adding a sprint button. Later, I thought about how I wanted the scene to look. I wanted to add a shop system similar to Call of Duty's, where there are some shops where you can buy a permanent upgrade from them, like ones to damage or to health, and single-use ones where you can buy either a heal or an ammo refill or something like that. So that's where I started. Adding buildings, placing them where I thought it would make sense, and since I know very little about scene design, I added a few cars and a few other details just to fill up the space a little, and I left the rest for later. Since I thought that zombies simply chasing the player would be a bit bleak, I gave each structure a health bar, so zombies can attack and destroy them, hoping it would give the game a bit more depth. Now come the zombies. I went more for the half-life fast zombies than the slower type, since I thought it would be more fun. To create variety, I created 3 types. Small, quick ones that hunt the player down immediately but go down fast. Large ones with a large health pool that ignore the player altogether and try to destroy structures. And medium-sized ones, which attack structures first, but on being damaged or seeing the player, they chase him down instead. And to kill those zombies, I added guns. Everything from a Glock or a revolver to AK-47s to multiple rocket launchers. Upon doing more research, I gave each of those weapons different damage values, different fire rates, different reload speeds, and some other stats. I made one of the buildings a gun shop where, upon purchase, you're given a gun at random, emulating the COD Zombies mystery box. The game was starting to take shape now, after adding a minimap and some other UI elements, but the gameplay still felt repetitive. With only 3 types of zombies, there was a limited number of encounters you could have each run. I fixed that by creating a modifier system, where upon spawning, a zombie could get a modifier to their stats, like damage, health, or move speed, or a modifier that enhances them in other ways, like being invisible on the minimap, or leaving a poison trail behind them, or make them burn, or something like that. As to not waste any more of your time, here are some of the less interesting things. And then came multiplayer. 2 months. 2 months of my life I worked on making multiplayer work for this. Let this be a word of warning if you decide to make a multiplayer game. Go for it. Yeah, you didn't expect that, did you? Go for it. Do it. But I do have a few warnings I wish I knew beforehand. If you decide to make a multiplayer game and know nothing about doing so, set up a test project and play around for a little bit, so you understand the basics and can build a solid infrastructure. Decide that your game is going to have multiplayer before you start making it, as it's going to be much more difficult to tack on the features required on a fully developed project. Break down the problem. I realize this is programming 101, but it goes doubly so for this. It's very important. Get your connections down first, check for latency issues, then your basic player movement, and see if you're happy with the results. Lastly, research different networking solutions in depth before deciding on one. I left this last instead of first to emphasize how important it is. Don't jump into coding immediately and haphazardly choose one. It might not suit your needs for smooth movement, flexibility, versatility, so check first. I didn't know any of this. I jumped in using netcode for game objects, the Unity multiplayer solution, completely blind, without testing it at all initially. So I set up connections, I set up player movement, and then I had issues with huge latency and movement delay, even on a local network. I mean, this is probably due to my own inexperience at the time, but I could not get it to work for the life of me. So I moved on to using fish networking. It comes with its own set of issues, but I can recommend it over netcode for its simplicity, extremely good performance, and inclusion of client-side prediction. Client-side prediction essentially means that the client is reacting to the player inputs locally, moving the object, and then sending that information to the server. And then the server verifies that information and sends an OK if the client is correct, if it's fine, and if not, it jerks the object back to the correct position, thereby limiting cheats and concealing latency-caused lag. Alright, enough of that. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. In any case, I did not get as far as finishing multiplayer. I hit a wall. I was working a full-time job at the time, and it was looking like the company was going to go bankrupt, which in the end it did. I really couldn't sit down to work for more than a few hours a day, sometimes going weeks without touching the game. If you're experiencing something similar, it's completely normal, and rather common actually. I get it, but I let it get out of hand. I wasn't happy with the project, how it looked, how it played, and to be honest, the idea behind it. This is where I went wrong. The beginning. I wanted to create a simple game to prove to myself that I could, without thinking if I would find that idea fun at all. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed some of the features, but I could not put any passion behind it. If you're thinking of making a game and are going to take anything from this video, this is it. This is what I wish I knew before starting all of this. Plan it out and build a prototype. I know you don't want to, I know you think your game is amazing, I know you have a $1 billion idea. Yeah, I thought so too. Give yourself a month. It doesn't need to look good, it doesn't need animations, it doesn't need anything like that. See if it's fun, and see if it's fun to make. Because you're gonna commit a lot of time to this, maybe years. So be sure that you're not gonna hate that time. And then maybe drop the project anyway, or worse, stay with it, like I did. Only because you put so much time into it. Don't do what I did. But there I was, working on a game for 9 months, disliking how it's turning out, planning to release it within the end of the month, so I did the smartest thing I could think of. Put my head down, finish the multiplayer, polish it just enough, and then release it. And then move on and work on the next game. Yeah, right. I scrapped the whole thing. Kinda. You see, for a long time, I had this idea for a game. I built out a prototype for it before, when I was still in the beginning stages of learning. The idea was this. You were controlling a player character, you could move, run, dodge, but you didn't have any sort of special powers, so to say, but you did have a friend. This friend was like a robot floating AI helper, which you could command to shoot, protect you, move to a point, shield from incoming attacks, stuff like that. So you controlled the player and the friend simultaneously. You moved and dodged with one, and attacked and defended with the other. I wanted to save that idea for when I knew more, when I was more along in my game development journey, so I wouldn't regret it when I made it and it didn't turn out perfect. But I said screw it. Welcome to Friend Zero, The Last Stand. This was 2 months ago. That was when I decided to make the switch, and I could not be happier with the results. Also, recently, my girlfriend just joined me. She's helping with the visuals, and in my humble opinion, she's doing just amazing. We're going to go over that and the details of what we've done for the past 2 months in the next video, so look forward to that. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I certainly wasted some time, but it was a learning opportunity. Maybe once this is all over, we can release a DLC with all the features I had planned out just done actually well. Unnamed Zombie DLC does have a nice ring to it. Maybe. For now, we're hoping to make these devlogs on a somewhat weekly basis and make shorts showing insights of the actual work that goes into it or just random moments in the day. We'll see. Be on the lookout. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe and follow our socials, as well as liking the video and leaving a comment would be great. We will have a Steam page up very soon, with a demo following soon after, hopefully. If you'd like to support what we do, there will be links to our Ko-fi page with special rewards and Discord you can join in the description. We'd love to see you over there. Until then, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to us. Have a great week, and I hope to see you soon.